Dreamworks Animated villains fall into 7 clear levels, starting with level 1, the most pathetic wannabe ones.
No! I will not lose to a...
These villains run straight up on ego and are so overconfident. It's like that's their costume. Underneath that costume is insecurity louder than Homelander pretending he's fine, with less planning than Joker on a horrible day. No master plan, just a desperate audition for attention, and trust me, it only gets worse from here. Take Makunga.
No, son, over here.
He wants to be king because he believes the title alone will force everyone to respect him. Like, wearing the crown would make him the king.
You know, Zuba, if I remember correctly, you quit.
I am the king!
Responsibility bores him. He's not trying to lead like Captain America. All he wants is just to look good.
I think this would go very nicely for me when I go out hiking, but I'm afraid you're still banished.
We figured you'd say that.
When someone takes care of looking good, they forget about actually planning.
I'll show you how it's done. 2, 3!
He focuses more on dominance displays and loud challenges, and still lost at the very thing he always took pride in. The second real pressure shows up, and his confidence cracks. Like this guy, Gagné from Turbo.
You are my little competition, eh? The underdog versus the champion.
This dude's self-respect and ego are getting hurt by a snail.
So amusing. No wonder they want to see you race, eh? Vroom.
His identity is racing, yet he still feels challenged. Once they notice they're no longer the center of attention, they get filled with pure rage. The idea that someone unknown could beat him feels unbearable.
You big bad boy! Security! I stepped on you! You like that, huh? Sleep a hole!
Instead of making the only thing you're good at better, aka racing in this sense, he just drains his self-respect down the drain. And let's be real here, these villains collapse the moment applause stops. But if level 1 bad guys only make themselves look bad because they're annoying and have no reason to do anything, level 2 villains bring ambition to the table. They want power, no joke. Crowns, titles, influence, control, you name it, they are hungry for it.
Handsome Prince Charming.
Planning becomes their whole personality. They hang around real monsters like Darth Vader acting like they belong, but the second action starts, they fold faster than Biff Tannen without backup. Pure bark, zero bite. Look at Prince Charming from Shrek, for example.
Oh, about 5 minutes ago, actually. After I endured blistering winds, scorching desert, I climbed a tower.
He builds a takeover like he's directing a stage performance. Everything feels a little too much, and every move is rehearsed. His main character energy's through the roof, without even being the main character.
My new friends, to our happily ever afters!
And when he wants something to happen, he calls his actual friends, who are the tough guys. The good thing about them is that they keep you engaged.
Way!
But despite having the manpower and a fantastic strategy, they, well, aren't the smartest or skilled at what they do in order to initiate the plan.
Where are Shrek and Fear?
Power without the backbone to hold it never lasts long. Level 3 steps into darker territory. These villains already sit on a throne, like President Snow or Tywin Lannister. They don't chase power because they already have it. Social rules reflect their preferences. Entire communities shift to match their standards. That control creates distance from empathy. These villains are rulers and influential characters who give people the actual scare. Think about Lord Farquaad. Who reshapes his kingdom to match his personal image. Anyone who doesn't fit that image gets removed.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice.
They're infamous for their ruthlessness. Policy becomes a weapon, and order becomes an excuse.
You're not a king.
Thelonious, you were saying?
Let's be real here, that was pretty funny. Like, who does this, being so calm yet so effective? Sir, your height doesn't make you that scary. It's the confidence coming from the structure protecting him. That's messed up, because authority turns into a shield for cruelty.
Tournament, begin!
This dude even controls the emotional response of his people. Level 3 represents control without conscience, and that combination feels very real in this current day and age. Level 4 raises the intensity. These villains earn fear through strength. Training defines them, battle experience shapes their mindset, and their presence alone shifts the atmosphere in the scene. Behind that strength usually sits pain that never healed properly, and from their perspective, the mission makes sense. I mean, look at Kai.
Hey, old friend.
Master Oogway.
Recognition mattered deeply to him, but the way he got ignored by his best friend made him what he was.
500 years in the spirit realm. You pick up a thing or two.
Instead of processing that hurt, he transformed it into hunger for dominance.
With your chi, I will finally be able to return to the mortal world.
You could tell that the designers intentionally used dark colors to describe his presence. His color palette of dark shades and a body that you can only achieve through decades of training and, of course, well, steroids.
Groveling at the feet of Oogway the Magnificent.
You are not fit to speak his name.
Oh, and don't forget the deep voice, the kind that makes Darth Vader sound like he's whispering. Because for them, every fight isn't just action, it's unresolved trauma with background music. Then there's Drago Bludvist. His past trauma shaped the way he sees the world, and now he wants to control the dragons that made him this way.
Keep hitting the mountain. We need to draw the Alpha out.
Gaining control became his way of protecting himself from feeling weak again.
It's all over now.
Or is it?
Over the years, he trained and prepared constantly, which made him powerful in battle. What makes level 4 bad guys scary is why they do the things they do. And if you pause for just a second and look at the story from their side, the motivation starts to click. Remember how Kai saved Oogway's life and later felt cast aside by the very friend he trusted?
Could also be taken.
And then there's Drago Bludvist, who watched dragons destroy his village and built his hatred from that loss.
How well you do without me? The rooftop suddenly burst into flames.
Did they cross the line? Absolutely. They really think they're right. So when they come to attack, they attack with everything they have. At level 5, the focus shifts to magic and manipulation. These characters have supernatural powers that completely change the rules. Flick the wand and get the thing you want. Time, identity, and even outcomes are no longer fixed. In their hands, everything becomes flexible and unpredictable. Take Rumpelstiltskin.
Puss?
And in return, you sign the kingdom of far, far away over to me.
What happened to having a fair deal or just helping someone altruistically? Instead, he goes for the whole kingdom. His deals are mostly never fair, and they come from a place of true wickedness.
In that tower far too long.
It's not like she's getting any younger.
But to sign over our entire kingdom?
Control grows quietly through contract.
My angry wig.
Then consider Fairy Godmother.
May all your endings be
Somehow she decides her son has to marry Fiona. So what does she do?
It was the wolf telling him that his princess
If I could just...
is already married.
I mean, it wasn't my fault. He didn't get there in time.
She pressures the king. She has him slip something into the tea. She drags Shrek into a mess he never asked for.
So Fiona and Charming will be together.
Yes.
Oh, believe me, Harold.
And you could stay in your lane and let them live their life, but no, that was never enough for her. And for what exactly? A crown. The perfect royal image.
You couldn't just go back to your swamp and leave well enough alone.
Here's the crazy part. With a wand like hers, she could have solved all of her problems in seconds. Instead, she picks the most manipulative and cruel route possible.
I told you, ogres don't live happily ever after.
She even pushes things so far that Shrek almost loses everything. Also, her son can sit on the throne next to Fiona. Magic combined with manipulation feels so unfair in a way that keeps tensions high. Level 6 removes magic and focuses only on skill. These villains are shaped by discipline and years of hard work. They spend most of their lives improving their abilities and sharpening their techniques. Over time, their fighting style becomes precise and almost artistic. Failure doesn't stop them. Instead, it pushes them to work even harder. Let's look at Tai Lung. He was not born filled with rage or obsessed with power. His mindset was built over time by the ones who raised him.
He believed in him. He told him he was destined for greatness.
When Shifu adopted him, he didn't raise him like a normal student. He treated him like a future legend. His training was the best of Shifu.
But Oogway saw darkness in his heart and refused.
Every punch he practiced and every sacrifice he made connected back to one promise, that he'll one day get the Dragon Scroll.
But when Oogway said otherwise, what did you do?
And when Oogway refused to give him the Dragon Scroll, that moment collapsed him, and just Shifu stood there and stepped aside instead of guiding him through the failure.
Outraged, Tai Lung laid waste to the valley.
The anger that followed was not just simple greed for power. It came from betrayal and emotional abandonment. The system that raised him promised purpose, then removed it without explanation. That's just tragic, man. With honest guidance and balanced teaching, his path could have looked way different.
Who filled my head with dreams? Who drove me to train until my bones cracked?
If humility had been taught alongside skill, and if identity had been built on growth instead of guarantees, then the outcome might have changed. But instead, misplaced trust and broken expectations transformed a gifted student into a warning. Level 7 stands on its own. This level represents something inevitable.
I am inevitable.
The character's personality is less important than what they symbolize. They don't rely on aggression to create fear. Instead, they stay calm and controlled.
I just love the smell of fear.
There's no sense of urgency in the way they move back or speak because time is always on their side. Their confidence comes from knowing that in the end, events will unfold the way they usually are meant to. Look at Death. Every step he takes carries weight because he represents mortality itself. The tension builds because everyone watching knows one simple fact.
He thinks he'll be the one to defeat me. But no one's escaped me yet.
Nobody outruns the end forever. And when he shows up, the fight stops feeling physical and starts feeling symbolic. This level feels different because the conflict is no longer hero versus villain. It becomes a character facing a truth about life.
What's the matter? Lives flashing before your eyes?
And what makes Death so unsettling is that he's not angry. He's just doing his job to create balance. That's it. From the start, he makes it clear that Puss in Boots isn't being targeted for bravery.
Relax! I am Puss in Boots! I laugh at death!
Puss treated his 9 lives like a comedy routine. 8 chances disappeared through reckless stunts and flashy risks. Let's be honest, he acted as if nothing could touch him.
Puss! I think you set the oven too high! I am a master of the baking. Watch!
That mindset is exactly why Death steps in. Puss built his confidence on surviving every close call. Each escape convinced him that limits don't apply to him.
Absurd. And you didn't value any of them.
Death doesn't chase him out of cruelty. Instead of punishing Puss, Death forces him to feel something real for the first time. And here's the crazy part, dude. Strangely, Death helps him, slowing down, valuing 1 life instead of wasting 9. And once you start ranking villains this way, every animated story becomes more interesting to analyze.